Hi, it's me, Zayfo Beeblebrox, the British Tech Guru. This is an Asus laptop, and I'm going to try and get it to start and get it into boot mode. I'm pressing escape, and I'm holding escape down as it starts. Oh, please select boot device. Okay. And enter setup. Windows Boot Manager. I don't think I want that. Oh, hang on. Let me put the Linux USB in. This is a run from USB version of Debian Linux. I put it on here myself. How I would do that with Windows, I don't know. I put it on with a Linux device. So what we're going to do is we're going to press save and exit. Okay, now hold that down again, and we'll see what happens. There we go. And it wants, let's see, enter setup. Right, boot priority. We will put the second partition first. We'll set that as default. No, whoops, don't want to load the optimized default. Save and exit. Right, there we go. Okay. Now, when the laptop starts, we should be in Debian Linux. Now, it's got Windows 11 on it, and Windows 11 is absolutely bloody horrible. I don't know what Microsoft thinks they're doing, but I mean, it's like they're on drugs or something. Windows has got ever worse since it first came out. Windows 3.1 was kind of interesting. Windows NT4 was quite reasonable. 95, 98, SE and ME were terrible. Never tried Windows CE. XP was okay at the start, and then it became bloated and not very good. Then they came up with Vista and all the other flavors, which honestly, they've all been terrible. So what we're going to do is we're going to install Linux on here. So what we're going to do, we're going to start the install. Now, it took me probably an hour and a half, 2 hours for Windows to start going on this thing when I bought the laptop. Now I'm going to totally eliminate Windows, and we're going to see what we can do. Right, we're going to go for English, continue, United States, continue, might as well go for American English, detect and mount installation media. Okay, it should be doing something. Oh, it's doing it. Good. And this is a really quick process. If this takes half an hour, I shall be utterly surprised. And this is what you need to do with every single Asus on the market. This one has 128 gigabytes of eMMC memory. So that's actually pretty good. That's almost as good as my my old MacBook of about 10 years ago. Bear in mind, I don't use a lot of disk space for much. Okay. Well, that's a likely one. Okay. Let me type the password in, because I know the password. Oh, well, you saw it. No. Okay. So you see how quick this is. Oh, what are we going to call this laptop? Oh my goodness. Let's call it Odin. Domain name. I can just make something up then. What shall I put? Magnificent. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to pause while I put my root password in. Okay, so I've just entered all the passwords and whatnot. So let's continue Eastern time. Okay. Use the entire disk. Right. Okay, this will erase the entire disk. Right. Right, the following partitions. Yes, because it tells you you're going to destroy Windows. Windows needs to be destroyed. And why it's taking so long to partition or format and partition eMMC memory, I do not know. But I mean, this is going to be way, way, way faster than any darned Windows system. And Windows is a complete nightmare. And if this takes half an hour to install, how long am I on now? 8 minutes? Yeah, we're on 8 minutes so far, and it's just installing the system now. And it's all loading it off this flash memory. It's just like that. Well, actually, that's a reader, but hey, you know what I mean. They all look the same. Okay, and you can see that's really ripping along. And you know, it's okay. Now, let me tell you something about me and computers. I go back a long way. I remember when home computers went out and microcomputers came in with the IBM 286 and the original Apple Mac, and then there was something called a Torch and a few other things that are quite interesting. But I mean, I was in college when all this was happening. And in my last year of high school, I had the latest, greatest thing, which was a VIC-20. And I could have had the ZX81, but I had the VIC-20. I missed the ZX80. I was a little bit too young for the ZX80. I think I was maybe about 14 at the time, maybe. I don't know. Something like that. So anyway, I didn't go for the ZX80 or the 81. I was told to hang on and wait for the ZX Spectrum, but I wanted a computer there and then, so I got the VIC-20, which was pretty good. So, you know, I have been through this computing revolution, pretty well home computing, microcomputing revolution, since almost the very beginning. So I know my stuff. Anyway, I have, not right here, but I have a desktop that I built that's at my parents' house. Built that 20 years ago, and it still works. It had XP on it, but it's now running Linux. I have a MacBook that actually died. The graphics card went out on it, so I'm just keeping it in case I come across a graphics card that doesn't cost anything. Other than that, I run Asus laptops. I've got 2 Asus laptops. One is running Linux Mint. This one is going to be running Linux Debian. I have a Raspberry Pi 3B that I run Raspbian on. Now, you can't get Raspbian anymore. But there, see how that's really ripping along now? And what, we're on 11 minutes? And this thing is... And you imagine that if we were doing Windows, we'd be sitting here for another couple of hours. And this is really whipping along. And you saw it then, just zoop. Gosh. So not only does this install faster, it installs better. And and if you're using Linux, you're going to be much more inclined to program an Arduino, a Raspberry Pi, an Tiny 88, or any one of the myriad other funky little things, and you'll get interested in all kinds of in all kinds of the interesting things. And this is one of my projects. This is actually a solar panel. This is going to be a radio. All it'll have will be an aerial, and it'll trigger as soon as sunlight hits it. It will be a distress radio that emits a distress beacon in Morse code on, I believe, 13.8 megahertz or something like that. Now let's see, and of course you'll get interested in this kind of thing. And this is a PWM servo controller. So yeah, that's all pretty good stuff. And you might even get interested in small wireless modules to communicate between devices. And it's a whole... Linux will open a whole range of different things to you that are denied to you by the packaging of Windows and OS X. I like OS X, I've got no problem with it. Do you want to use a network mirror? Continue, say yes. United States. Yeah, okay, Debian.org. Okay, continue. Scanning the mirror, receiving 9 files. Yeah. And what are we on now? 13 minutes. And how simple is this? And good Lord. And actually, when I'm saying the times, they'll be slightly wrong because I had to edit a bit out of the video because I had a password showing on the screen. That was just me. I wasn't being too observant. So don't blame me for that. Blame the French instead. This, they're not going to be standing up for themselves. Blame the French. So we're just doing this, and I'm going to pause the video now because it looks like it's going to take a little while. Okay, I'm going to pause it there because it's clearly having a little bit of difficulty downloading, and the network is a little bit slow here. So let me pause for now. Yes, you've missed a little bit. I had to go into the house to connect to the Wi-Fi because the Wi-Fi out here is not that strong, and some of the files were very big. And then it hung because of that, because I moved from place to place. I've got to the point where pretty much I was before, but I had to reinstall this to get that going, and it took me about 15 minutes to get this far. So let's see. Let's see, remove the memory stick. And looks like it's doing quite well. All those OKs on the screen all look pretty good. Black screen, that's always very encouraging. Oh yes. And okay, let us not look at my password. I'll put my hand there while I type my password. Okay. Oh, it wants the username. Okay. And password. Ah. Good. Nice little oh, blank. Is it doing something? Well, that looks kind of interesting. Files. Oh, got a little filing cabinet. It's a little bit different from Linux Mint. Terminal. Oh, this is kind of like Windows 98 or XP. Well, Windows 98, I think. Okay. Okay. That works. That definitely works. Okay, let's what we've got under education. Dictionary, games, graphics. Okay, not heard of some of those. Internet. Office. Yeah, I know all the office stuff. Oh, some of those I've not heard of. Accessories. What have we got in accessories? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like this. This is pretty good. Let's get the browser up and see if we can browse to something. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to YouTube. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. See if we can watch a short video. Okay, that works. So I think we got everything working on it. So I'm really pleased with this Debian Linux. I think I probably need to turn the Bluetooth off. That'll just waste battery. No, Bluetooth should not be enabled automatically. Close that, and I think I probably have to right click Bluetooth, Turn Bluetooth off. We do not need Bluetooth. And printers. No, Windows found my printer. Okay. Configure. Okay, when printers exist, show the printer icon. Okay. Configure. I don't know, I'll have to work out how to add the network printer to this. But I'm really quite pleased with that. That seems to be working well. Okay, so Debian was really easy to install, about 10-20 minutes total. Probably 20 minutes. Then, of course, there was the time I spent installing it and then waiting for the darn network, and it really wasn't happening over the network. I had to go right next to the router. And out here, I get hardly any signal, so it's not surprising it took forever. This Asus laptop now has Linux on it, and it is Linux Debian, and it is working really well. And let's see if we can shut it down. It's gone into hibernate, so I need to change that. So what we're going to do is we're going to, I wonder if we can do it from here. No. Oh yes, it did. It shut down. That's good. Okay. I'm happy.